Do you know what I was afraid of as a kid? Volcanoes. From the time I was taken to that exhibition about Pompeii when I was 7, these things traumatized the hell out of me for years. Even the extinct ones made my underpants heavier. Although I've long since overcome this fear, that hasn't stopped producers from making movies about these things, in both fiction and documentaries. One example is today's movie When Time Ran Out. And how could you mess up such an exciting premise? Well, let's have Owen Allen produce it. Movie ruined! I'm not saying that Owen Allen hasn't made great stuff, he just did it so rarely. This is the last movie he produced to be released in cinemas before being reduced to mostly television work. It was also the final nail in the coffin for disaster movies at the time, after a string of failures before the revival in the 1990s. And considering that I still haven't recovered from the miserable experience that was The Swarm, my hopes for this movie are pretty much rock bottom. So let's reopen those psychological wounds of the past and watch When Time Ran Out. The movie takes place on an island where we see a volcanologist analyzing the ground. When you're on a volcano or by yourself, nobody can hear you scream. The research is being conducted by Bob, who is told about some unusual activity in the area.
John, the last time she erupted was back in 1912. Before that, sometime in the 9th century. Now, that's only twice in 1,000 years.
With a dormant volcano, there's never a consistent amount of time in between eruptions. As an expert, you should know that. Arriving at the island by plane are William Holden and his secretary Jacqueline Bisset.
I can't. You know what the problem is.
But he's not the marrying kind.
Don't take this too personally, William. Marrying Jacqueline Bisset is just impossible.
Can't say that about you, can we? What would I be now? Seventh?
The last.
They go to probably the same hotel the actual cast and crew slept in, where we meet more characters.
Oh, Mr. Gilmore, may I present Mr. and Mrs. Valdez?
We retired years ago. We're flattered you remember us.
You seriously don't recognize the old man? Maybe this clip will do.
Tut tut, Batman. I only make the umbrellas.
That's right, it's Burgess Meredith, playing a retired circus performer on holiday with his sickly pale wife, Mary Steenburgen lookalike.
How each one knows where to go.
I don't know.
We'll get her locked down. I'm gonna climb up there and have a couple.
We cut to the movie's main star, Paul Newman, who is in charge of an oil drill.
That's a real screamer! Yeah. Hey, let's get drunk.
Come on, let's celebrate it by smoking a cigarette.
The sulfur. Anybody else smell that?
Yeah.
I gotta figure out what we tapped into.
He goes to tell the good news to his boss, Bob, whose oil well is a big deal for the company.
Are we interrupting anything?
Hey, Shelby, how are you? Good to see you. Okay? Listen, I'm glad you came in a day earlier.
It's revealed through this exchange of bad writing that Paul Newman and Jacqueline Bisset were once in a relationship, which slowly broke apart.
I had that coming.
What?
Nice to see you again, Shelby. I made a mistake. I haven't been happy away from you, but I had to find that out.
I just needed to stay away from you in order to show you my true love, because that makes sense.
Do you want to see me again or don't you?
I don't know if I can handle it.
Come back to... No. Keep William Holden away from that alcohol. You know very well he had a serious drinking problem, especially considering how he actually died in real life.
Hit through the bottom.
Cut to yet more characters. One of them is Ernest Borgnine. He and William Holden are reuniting the Wild Bunch. In reality, he's playing a private investigator, sent to spy on a man suspected of corruption.
You've been following me for 3 weeks now.
My time is paid for by the taxpayers of the city of New York. Since I don't come up for retirement for another 5 years, I've got 5 years to spend exclusively on your case.
In other words, he has a very boring life.
And I'm not gonna let you enjoy it. Why don't you be a good guy and give all those bonds back, huh?
We also find out that William Holden's goddaughter is married to Bob, who is secretly having an affair with one of the hotel's workers.
No more hiding.
If you haven't bothered to listen to anything I just said, that means we're on the right track. The very next day, Paul Newman wants to get a closer look at the volcano, so he gets inside a lift with Bob. They go down the pit from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, where they notice the lava slowly rising.
Howard, can you hear me?
The controls are jammed, so they have to pull it up manually. Can a single man pull up such heavy machinery? They really need to improve the design of this lift if it's this bouncy and easy to break apart.
We got it!
They make it safe and sound, but Paul Newman is now more worried.
Now, I know what you think you're seeing there, but that's merely a peak pressure reading.
This thing's a goddamn powder keg.
Damned irresponsible conclusion on your part.
Isn't this the same negligence that messed up our marrow?
I'm shutting down operations until that pressure goes down or the crater blows up, whichever comes first.
Now, you even try shutting down, and I will sue your ass.
Well, that's been done before.
Oh, snappy comeback! Paul Newman tells the oil drillers to pack up and leave for their own safety, but they won't listen to him.
Well, I only know one thing. We all know it's bad luck to walk away from a good field. Now, ain't that right?
This field means a lot to us. We all got a piece of the action. Thanks to you.
Now, come on, Hank. You gotta give us the right to take our own chances.
What is more valuable? My money or my life? I'm happier with the Euros.
You can afford not to work. I got two boys I'm trying to get through college. I can't afford not to work.
Beneath all the mediocrity, there is a good script trying to squeeze through. Jacqueline Bisset also happens to be there, as she's still willing to make up with him.
I brought along a picnic basket and a bottle of Montrachet. And I won't take no for an answer.
So despite knowing that the volcano might erupt, Paul Newman agrees to have a picnic with her. But then again, it's Jacqueline Bisset. Even I wouldn't have been capable of saying no to her.
I really like the way you laugh. I like the way you listen, too.
It's typical of these disaster movies to have the main characters split up at the beginning, only to bring them back by the end. Meanwhile, we cut to the village located next to the film studio, inhabited by characters who are so insignificant they all look the same to me.
Mona, what's holding Sam?
Where's the fight? Where's the fight?
Wait, Pat Morita?
What happened? The pigeons bring back another loser?
No, why? Why did you say yes to this?
Win, lose, no matter.
The fake background volcano erupts at last, and the scientists are the first to die. The eruption also causes earthquakes and a gigantic tsunami in mere minutes. It's just like the impossible, only less impressive. They travel by helicopter to rescue the goddaughter and other people whom we have just met.
Plant your feet on his skin!
Wouldn't it be wiser for the grown-ups to take the seats and then have the children sit on their laps? Just hope that this poor decision-making doesn't end up killing them. I'm flying! They make it to the hotel with its seaside unaffected by the tsunami.
The lava broke loose and it's coming this way. It's coming slowly, but it's coming this way.
There's no way for that lava to get over the ridge between us and the stables, I guarantee it.
Forget your guarantee. This could be a replay of Mount Pelée, Martinique.
That was back in 1902. That's a 1 in a million shot.
Let's be honest, Bob. You know less about volcanoes than the Children's Encyclopedia.
Brian was on the radio to Fiji. They know all about it. There are 2 ships in this area, and that'll be on the lee side of the island by noon tomorrow.
They may cancel tomorrow.
Several people panic and try to flee in the helicopter. This moment serves as a wonderful exercise on how a stressful situation can make you behave irrationally, leading to horrible consequences. Some fireballs hit the hotel, burning Ernest Borgnine. I'm so sadistic, it's funny.
Tom! Please! Let me see your face! I can't help you if you don't move your hands! Oh, God.
Ernest Borgnine is blinded, as our hero suggests taking refuge on the other side of the island, far away from the volcano.
We're gonna try to make it to a safe place on the other side of that crater. Anyone that wants to come along, be in front of the hotel in 5 minutes.
This is my island, and I know it better than anyone. We've got everything we need right here. And don't be panicked by easily frightened men. You want to follow this man?
I'm already wishing you dead, Bob. You don't have to keep encouraging me.
You wouldn't let them come, like I told you. You wouldn't listen to me. Well, their deaths are on your hand.
Paul Newman organizes the evacuation with most of the relevant characters joining him. William Holden tries to convince his goddaughter to go with them, but she won't leave her husband, Bob.
I don't care what he says. You're my responsibility, and I'm taking you with me.
Shell, you know my place is with him. He's my husband, and I won't leave him.
Love.
Got vehicles here for everybody. Let's get the show on the road.
You're crazy! Who are you to tell us what to do?
You can't save your own men. How do you expect to save us?
If these people won't listen to our heroes, then they too deserve to die. They drive through the park located next to the film studio, but a landslide has blocked the path, so they have no choice but to continue on foot. By the way, can we mention how much the matte paintings in this movie suck? Look at this, you can clearly see the lines separating the matte painting from the real landscape, because the colors don't match. They keep walking on the ledge, which is probably 5 feet above the ground. Goodbye, character without a name. Seriously, who was he? It's nighttime already, with the volcano that's clearly not blending in with the background still erupting. Oh gee, they're kissing with the door open. I can't possibly imagine the wife arriving at this very moment and finding out about the affair.
Tell me I'm wrong! Lie!
You should have gone with him. You don't belong here now.
When is this guy going to die? I'm starting to lose my patience. They have to cross a wooden bridge that goes over a river of lava. Now, to the film's little to no credit, this is the best part. Although it's a 20-minute scene of people crossing a bridge, it has huge suspense, with the tension building up as each character tries to cross the bridge while slowly falling apart. But not everyone makes it. For example, Burgess Meredith's wife dies.
She had a very tired heart. It just stopped.
And so do a few more people. No! Not the blonde with no personality! She was my favorite character! Remember me for playing Mr. Miyagi! With the bridge almost gone, Burgess Meredith has to walk the tightrope while carrying the children and going all the way back to help Paul Newman. Can a single old man do all this hard work? The answer is yes. Yes, he can. They all make it to safety as the volcano spits a fireball heading towards the hotel, leading to the most shameful special effect in the entire movie. It really says a lot when the volcanoes in Minecraft look more realistically live action.
Anyway, you can thank me when we get back to New York. When you can see again, come looking for me. All I want is a 20-minute head start.
Fair enough.
I almost forgot about their story. It's almost like these two were irrelevant. So the next day, they head towards the rescue boats down by the sea and... that's about it. The movie doesn't end on a high note or even show the characters getting off the island. It just ends. And that was when time ran out and it was... a thing. I'll give it this, it's not as terrible as The Swarm. For a start, it's mercifully shorter and the setting is ideal for a survival story. It even has some great moments, especially the bridge scene at the end, which was pretty gripping. However, the movie still suffers from having too many characters, most of whose faces I can't even remember. There isn't much development or interaction between the protagonists, and the special effects look pathetic even by 1980s standards. There's really not much stuff it can offer to make it stand out from the rest. Maybe as a simple adventure film you might enjoy it, but you would have to accept a lot of ridiculous moments for it to make sense. I am a standard critic and thanks for watching.